Good morning, good morning, good morning. First up, can you hear me? Can you see me? How is everything rocking and rolling for you today? It's a little chilly here in mid 30s. I'm over this, especially when I see temps next week that says it's going to be 80. So, welcome, Morning Mindset. It is the April 7th edition of Morning Mindset. Remember, when you get in here, or if you're new here, here's what we do. I need to know where you're from, what's in your cup, and how the weather is in your area. For me, White Monster Kick, we're still on. Weather is sunny. It's been a week of weather, and we're going to talk about that, how that's affected the business this week. And then, we're here in the Midwest. We're here in Illinois. And then the other thing is your 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? So we'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about you. Great, video blurry. That's awesome. I'm not sure how to fix that, because that might be on StreamYard's end, because here it gives me full connection that it's saying. So interesting enough. And that could be attributed to we have had issues still with the internet since the storm. So hopefully it'll sit here and try and work itself out, because on my side it's showing sweetness all the way through. Which, what can we do? This week has been a crazy week. I'm looking down at my notes to see what where even to start with where it was. As you know, we thought we had a good plan for the week. We had stuff that was going on out the door, and then we had the storm rolling through. The storm, actually last Friday we had a storm, and it didn't do a whole lot. It was a little sketch at times, but didn't do a whole lot. Tuesday they told us, hey, we're going to have this storm system run through. It's going to come in a couple different sections, and it's going to get worse as the day goes. So we're like, yeah, that's just what I want to hear, right? That it's going to get worse as the day goes. So Tuesday, about 9:45 or so, I'm on a call with somebody, and I felt a big thud against the house, and I'm like, what the hell was that? And it turned out to be the deck box that got picked up. We had 90 plus mile an hour, because I think it was like 92 winds roll through the area, and then an E2 tornado touchdown, and it took out a lot in our area. Ripped roofs off of things, ripped rooftop units off of places, blew through signs, destroyed sheds, just created carnage for a lot of people. I think it was about, at one time, 20,000 of us that were without power. We ended up getting power back late Tuesday, and then it went back out on Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning it went out. It came back Wednesday afternoon, and then we had internet issues. And we're still having sporadic internet issues now, where we'll be good. And a lot of it depends on what we're doing. Like, we don't notice it a whole lot on just normal stuff, because, I'm not using it a whole lot. I've noticed it when I've been trying to upload files, download files, go live, apparently. Some streaming, sometimes it'll buffer a little more than it ever does before. So we're dealing with those issues, but everybody's safe, so that is a plus. For our house, we did suffer a little storm damage. Looks like some fascia needs some replacement, maybe a gutter, and we'll get up there. We'll get it taken care of this weekend. But we're mostly back up. The internet is kind of the big thing right now. As long as it stays with us, we're fine, because I need some of the internet, but when it does up, I try and get everything downloaded to drives, and then I can just move it without having to worry about whether it's going to be there or not. So it was a crazy week that really put us behind on stuff, because we had shirts that we thought were due today, and it was 250 shirts, front and back print, but it actually ended up being 3 touches, 3 presses, sometimes even 4, because it had a left chest logo, it had a logo that went down the side, it had a right logo, and then a full back. And so, that potentially was 1,000 presses. we thought we had until Friday to do it, and we were notified on Monday night to say, hey, yeah, if we can get these Thursday morning, that would be, the latest, because they were headed to New York with the shirts. Okay, so yeah, that was Monday night. Let's get on Tuesday, and then what happened? The storm and no power. Right? Yeah. How fun is that? The storm and no power. So having that happen really made us look, okay, what do we have for contingency plans and backups? For DTF, we have systems in place. So everybody that had rush orders, guess what? Those rush orders were taken care of. So we had that taken care of. We should be back to full on production by this afternoon. I think we will have the queues cleared out of jobs that were in that time frame. So I think we'll be back there. And then once I know we're full capacity, there might be a little storm code that is going to pop its head up this afternoon. Just kind of how like a storm pops out of nowhere, a code may pop up over this today for this Easter weekend. Because we did have some people that said, "Yep, not a problem." Thanks for keeping us in the loop. We had some nice choice emails and messages. Especially people that didn't pay for rush services or anything, and they're like, "Well, I'm used to getting my stuff in 3 days, and I haven't got it yet, so I need to cancel my order." I'm like, "Well, we're not canceling your order. It's in our print queue, and we're going to print it and ship it to you." But that's where it comes in. If you need them, by a certain date, you need to select rush services. That's just how it goes. You can't assume that everything is always going to be that way. So we're getting a handle on it. We're getting back to it. I think here by the end of today, we should be good to go on it. Now, our 5 things, I've got 2 calls that I've got to make today. We got DTF printing to do. I've got to see about printing decals. I think we're having a head issue, so we're hoping that works. If not, we're just buying a new head. So, yay, rah! Making dropping, what is it? I think it was like $700 for a new head. So that's always fun. So we'll get that somewhat working-ish for it. What I say, print decal, go through that. We have shirts to press today. Looking through else on here, emails to get back to in quotes. Those are going to be the big things that we're going to get there. So it's going to be perfect, right? It's going to be perfect. So let's check in and see how everybody's doing. And Kelly, good morning to you. Wet and rainy here in Cali, water in the cup. Yeah, man, like you guys are getting some weather this year. Linda, good morning. 51 and Bastrop, did I nail that? Texas, hot tea in the cup, working on photo orders for new shirt time. Lovely. Renee, 41, Chicagoland. Ooh, you're quite a bit warmer than us. Easily 12% warmer. Water in the bottle, coffee in the cup. Still working on my top 5 list. Too many to choose from. I'm right there with you. I got to get you artwork today. I got to get you artwork today. Artwork. 4 hats, hats. And then I don't think I ordered those hats either, because then we talked about that on Monday, and then everything went to hell. So hats and order hats. So yeah, put that on my list for it. So yeah, there is a lot to choose from. And Kelly's got her 5 things. Engraving, she's got banners, she's got order supplies. I got to do that too. That's not on my list, but I just thought about that when I was looking, when Kelly said it, is I got to double check and see on it. Order supplies, t-shirts. Oh, order temporary tattoos from Todd. I love that. Ooh, temporary tattoos. Yay. Order temporary tattoos for me. I love it. Let's see. Sound is good. How will we be back? Is it still freezing? Is it jumping around? We'll do the best we can. Freeze got 43, but feels like 37. Yeah, it is. It's chilly, man. Diet Coke, last day of spring break, so I don't think much is getting done today. I don't blame you. We got spring break going on here, but I think the kids have Monday off too. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they have Monday off too, which it is Easter weekend. So if you are a celebratorial type, have a good, safe holiday weekend. We'll head over to my parents' house, and I'm not the most religious family. We do take the time to get together and just get together and have some fun with it. I do have some stuff being made that is probably not appropriate, so we'll see how the family reacts to that. But hey, whatever, it's from the heart. But I'm not even sure what's on the menu. But that'll be a good time over there just to see some of the family. And you know how family outings go. They're either great or they're great, right? And Barb, good morning from Washington, Central Minnesota. 16 and sunny. Oh, 16. Like this, Brian, you're frost on the cars. Oh, Mountain Dew, deliveries, embroidery, laser tumblers, positives, quotes. Love that. That's a great Friday there. And Barb's 5 things. Aaron, digitizing, stitch out embroidery samples, quotes, and close shop early. I love that. Anytime you can close the shop early. I wouldn't mind trying to do that and get out of the shop early today to get stuff out. There's a couple other things. Oh, yeah, there's a delivery that we got to look at and see if it's a delivery or pickup. Thank you. See, this is a lot of it just running through my stuff here with you guys, because then I see stuff and forget about it. Cody, man, he's gotten the hotbed down there, 50 degrees in Pennsylvania, right? In the office half day, then home for final escort home for LODD at my volunteer fire company. Then we're off for the weekend. Cody, what is LODD? I don't know what LODD is, but a final escort home. That does not sound, to me, that sounds like funeral. So if that's the case, sorry about your loss. And if it's something like this, is that like a line of duty? Line of duty. Oh, is that what it was? And that sucks. Chuck. Morning, Chuck. What's up, Chuck? How are you? Checking out the new format Aaron is setting up in Lua Valley. Oh, I have not seen that. Sent me an email last night. I need to reach out to him today and see what's going on, because I think we're going to be printing some stuff for DAX next week, which is coming up a week from today. Right about this time, we'll be traveling. So I don't know. I was able to somewhat figure out how to make Volley, because Volley's going away, just so everybody knows. Volley is closing up shop at the end of this month. But on Wednesday, I was able to make the lives work from a mobile device, because we had, I was doing it from the car. So this time next Friday, we'll be traveling to the DAX show. So we may go live, we may not go live. I tried it last year and had nothing but issues, and I remember just tossing my phone down the back of the van and calling it good. So maybe I'll have to make Corey drive, and then I can try it and be like, all right, you drive for like this half, and then I'll pick up the rest of it. So we'll see how that all plays out and get it from there. But that's next Friday and Saturday. So DAX Tinley Park next Friday and Saturday. If you're in the area, make sure to sign up, make sure to go. We're going to have a great time. I know for a fact that there's going to be a good handful of people. Well, there a handful of people that I haven't met before face to face, but we have done this and orders and communicated and talked on, Zoom and FaceTime that for years. So if fire goes, there goes. I seen a little glitch there, but we're also going to see friends that we haven't seen in a while. We haven't seen Renee for a while. I did see. I saw Juan not too long ago when we took stuff to him, but we'll see him there. Jen, I don't think I've seen since last summer, so we'll see there. Who else is going? Who else is going to DAX Chicago that we would love to meet? Who else? Oh, Jesus. I know Jesus is coming from Indiana, and we've done stuff back and forth and talked, but we haven't met in person, so we'll get to do that. So it'll be super exciting. Curtis has got 44 degrees and sunshine. My week truck and shop for an easy fix. They called to say a new motor. Oh, that is not fun at all, Curtis. What are you driving? What kind of truck? Is it a Ford with 5.4 in it? Is that what it is? What is it? So in case of them changing the date, did that change what should have been a rush charge, or was that still in your time frame? And if it was, did you charge extra for that? So if they, like our typical time, as we say on DTF, is 3 to 5 business days, right? Well, they're assuming that they would have, they've always ordered, and they're a 1-day ship for us. So we would usually have their stuff out in 2 days, and they would get it on day 3. And that was why we always tell people, hey, if you need it by a certain date, do the rush fees. And look, you've got rush fees and then rush shipping charges. So know when you need to have it on the date, or, typical 3 to 5 days on production, 3 to 5 days on shipping. UPS, some people are 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. UPS is its own thing, so it's tough. So if you know you have a date, just do the backwards math on it. Can I get it here? If I need it by this day, put in the notes, hey, I need this or I need that. Because sometimes you can get away with production and you don't need the rush. Sometimes you can look at it and be like, hey, I can do 2-day production overnight, or I can do overnight and 3-day production. So it really just depends. Now, them changing the date this was on now I get it, on those shirts. So there was a miscommunication-isk type thing, and I think there was a language barrier in it, and there were some issues that followed up with that. Now, typically, would have we charged extra for it? Yes, because the date got moved up by 2 days essentially, because according to them, they banged out the shirts, so they got what did we end up figuring out? I don't even know if they kept track of how many, but it was 250 minimum, 600-700 presses, right? So they were able to bang that out, and that's where I tell people, like, you can do this with a heat press. If those are single color stuff, boom, you can bang 500 out, no problem. It's gonna take you about 5-6 hours to do, but you can do that every day, all day long, or for those 5 or 6 hours. But I think we were using a translator, and I think some things got lost there. And listen, on an order of that size, is it something really to finagle with? Because it's after the fact where to have it. We have done thousands of dollars with them, and to me, it's something that we just need a better clarification of next time, because there's too many cooks in the kitchen for this one with translation. And even with it, we caught a typo, and the typo had been approved, and it was another one of those where instead of it being peace, it was peach, which just added more to it, because hey, it was a simple letter change. We're able to cut that out, make new stuff for it, and no worries on it. But not having that extra day or two is where the time crunch, and not having power. Luckily we were able to make all that work, but it happened crazy today. Ellen says, it's 40 and sunny in New York. Ooh, headed to Easter egg hunt with nieces and nephews. Man, love that. Cancel DirecTV and Amazon Prime. Pay state and federal income tax. And what a good Friday. It is Good Friday, isn't it? It is Good Friday. So good Friday to you. Are you going to cancel Amazon Prime? Why are you canceling Amazon Prime there, Alan? Like, what's not the value for? Oh, and look at this. Corey asked me if I'm available for 4 for my hair. Yeah, I need to get my hair did, man. We got a show next week, so I need to get my hair did, which means Monday I'll look completely different. This will all be trimmed up. This will there. I'll look nice next week, because I have to get in to get my toes done, so that way I'm just fresh for the show. And I think Tuesday with Todd, that's kind of what we're going to talk about. Not being fresh for the show, but being prepared for going to a trade show. Things to look for, things to talk about, what to bring, what not to bring. Things like that. So I think that's going to be Tuesday with Todd when we talk about that. Ooh, coupon codes when I need to place an order. Love it. And yeah, Corey. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think I'm available for that. Should work by the time we get out of here and go over there. And it's also Passover. See, yeah, we learned something new with all of our friends from all the religious specters here, because I'm not the most religious, which is weird, because a lot of the girls I dated were like good church girls, so I should really have fallen into one of those religions by now. Chuck says print transfers to help someone here in Orlando. Very nice, Chuck. Set up artwork for orders that came in yesterday. Love it. Check inventory. Yeah, I've noticed that they're like right now where I'm seeing inventory issues at is in some of the jersey type materials, like jerseys for softball, baseball. I think we run into that every year. So some of the other solutions have been like the ST350 by giving them a poly shirt. Still the 50/50 is always good. So we've been given options to say, hey, here's what you're looking at. When's your date? This is what it is. And some are great, some are not so great. So trying to keep them updated on stuff. And then the other thing is, man, we know that colors lie, right? Colors and monitors lie. What something looks like here, we're not sure what there. Is this color going to look good on this? Let's go ahead and see. And so we're ordering samples for them to see about it. Keisha, good morning to you. 65. Ooh, 65. That's going to be gorgeous. Design Creek gang sheet for someone. Ooh, very nice there. Chuck, Chuck's just rubbing it in. 76 and sunny there in Central Florida. Body Blue Raised On. Body Blue Raised On. Is that this one? Yeah. Ugh, that's what I thought it was. That sucks to hear, Cody. It really does. Finish domino sets and go shoot some pool. Man, that is a great day. Good morning to you, Facebook user. Hey, Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but it's great to see you. I think this might be Toy, just because I got a further one down and it says, "Mom and I will see you." So Mama Robbie and Toy are going to be at DAX, which is always a fun time. For temporary tattoos, do we request a quote? No. Excuse me. If you go into the wholesale side of things, Fat Dad Wholesale, there is temporary tattoos that are there, and they're listed by the sheet. So depending on the sheet that you get, basically you have what is an 8 by 10 sheet. You fill it up with the images, and then we print from there. So you fill up your images. If you have multiple different kinds that you want on different sheets, you can add them all together so you get the page discount on it. So that's what it is. Thank you very much. Yeah, Curtis. Yeah, the like button. And then go ahead and while you're there, share this. If you got groups, you have things like that, go ahead and do it. Ooh, an 09 Silverado with the 5.3. I thought those were more like transmission issues. Are those motor issues too? That's not good. Ooh, I did see that. In fact, I just read something this morning as we go through. And if you don't know, hey, Star Wars, now you know. We got two episodes left of Mando, and I'm very intrigued to where this season has gone and what they can do in the final 2 episodes for it. So we got some good stuff for it. Yeah, see, I was right. Robbie and Toy. Sorry, StreamYard must not show emojis. I don't know if it's sometimes YouTube does, because see, we got it here for Cody. So I wonder, I don't know, Curtis, because it shows up there. I'm not sure what's with it. But next week, production schedule next week. There will be next Friday, no same day service. Why is that? We won't be here. We will be in DAX Chicago. So that's where we'll get stuff out on Thursday if we've got to stick around late to get any rush orders. But typically, the way that it works is come in, we do rush orders first. Rush orders always get priority on things. And those are rush orders that are paid for. You can't place an order and then, especially we've ran into where somebody placed an order. Let's say it was for a 5-foot gang sheet, and then they went ahead and they had art issues. None of the files were right. Everything was bad there. And we went back and forth for a week on stuff. And then it was like, hey, how's this artwork? Right? Yes, this artwork is going to work. Is this going to go out today? No, there's jobs ahead of yours. Well, I want to pay the rush. That's fine, but you're going to have to wait until tomorrow because it's already full up for today. This is where always knowing your artwork is good beforehand. Just throw a different colored background behind it to make sure that there's no white where there shouldn't be. Make sure that the resolution is good. If you're sending, a 1x1 image and it enlarges and it looks like trash, it's going to look like trash when it prints out. So, pay attention to your artwork for it. But we'll make sure that we get everything, rush orders out on there. And then there will probably be, there'll probably be a code. You notice that anytime that we go out of town and that, we kind of drop the code to help everybody out to see where we can go and not go, or to see what we can do and not do, because, hey, we want to help you out. We still want orders to come in while we're gone. So that'll be next weekend. Tuesday with Todd, like I said, I think we're going to do a trade show. Do a little trade show talk, why you should go to them, like what my requirements to go to a trade show are. Because it's not a lot. Like, I'll go anywhere, but it really comes down to on the travel accommodations. Is it worth going, across the country when I have, a flight that, like, now we're looking at where were we looking at going, Corey? New Orleans in July, and flight cost is ridiculous. And that's a drive, so I'm not driving it, but flight cost is ridiculous. So then you had flights and you had hotels, and you're at between flights and hotels, $1,500. Then add on whatever you're going to and doing there. That's a costly weekend on things. And if you're taking any time away from the shop or doing anything with there, then now you're losing out on that. So It's kind of a pick and choose thing. We don't know if we're going to go to Atlanta this year. Don't know if we're going to do July. We don't know if we're going to do New Orleans this year. So we're just kind of on the fence about some things, and we don't know. This could be the last show that we go to for the year. We might not go to anything in October and that, but we got a busy end of year, beginning of next year with Disney in November, and then we've got Long Beach in January, and then we've got there's something else. We're maybe APA in February, and then anniversary trip in February. So there's a lot of traveling going on at the end of this year, beginning of next year, which we just might have to cut back on some of it. Yeah, Chuck, what mileage do you have in your '09 Silverado? Yeah, Chuck's asking. Let's see what there. Yeah, StreamShard must not show it because you can see it on the screen there. Corey said that she saw it, so it was there. I don't even know where I was going with all of this. Show us. Oh, speaking of shows, there is a virtual show coming up that when I get my links to it, because I was a presenter at it, it was for the Shirt Labs Summit. That is here coming up in like 12 days. That is coming up. It's going to be free, so free to attend. You want to sign up, I'll get you my link to sign up. And why? Do you want to use my link to free if it's sign up? Well, because there's upsells in it, right? Hey, and we did all of this for free. So if you're able to use the link and we can get a little commission back from it, awesome. But there's a lot of amazing presenters in it, tons of great information in it, and that's going to be the Shirt Labs Summit, and that's coming up like the 18th, 19th. I think we're supposed to get some more information today on affiliate links and things like that, but it'll be free to sign up for it. There's no reason for you not to sign up for it. Once we have all those links, we'll put it out there. One of the things, it's free to watch, and I think it's over the 2 days, and there's 57 speakers. There's a lot of speakers. It's kind of documentary style where they ask questions and we all say our bits and have that in it. I got really scared when they asked me to do it this year, because I'm like, I don't know if I can talk before it was, anywhere from 15 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes, or an hour conversation about a certain subject. And when this one came up, I'm like, I don't know if I can prepare an hour's worth of material on the subject that we're on. So I started looking at it, going through and putting stuff together. So when we got on the call, I said, all right, so how is this going to play out? Because I'm trying to figure out how to do this best. I'm like, no, this is how we're doing it this year. Documentary style. I'm like, even better. So it's more of a conversation. You're going to look and see tons of, you're going to be able to watch it. Now, the thing is it's going to play live through. So if you miss anything, skip anything, can't watch anything, the best bet is to buy the recordings, so that way that you have those and you can go back and watch them at your leisure. That's where the upsells. If they're there live, should be free, but we get it. We should get the links today. As soon as I get the links posted, or as soon as I get the links, I'll get them posted. And believe me, you're going to get the a lot between now and from better going to be a ton of information that you can use. I had a conversation with somebody about business, and like, I don't need a lot of this other information that's out there. And I was like, well, why do you not feel like you need it? And they're like, and those are the big companies, they're doing $150,000 in sales, $250,000 in sales, $1 million, $2 million, $5 million. And I said, do you ever want to be there? And they're like, absolutely. Because that's the other thing. Does everybody need to be a $1 million business? No. Some people are fine with being, $100,000 business. And when everything's said and done, it gets them, $40,000, $50,000 in their pocket. They're perfectly happy with that. And that's great. You know where you're at, you know where your cap is, you know where everything is. You're not stressing out. It's great. But some people want to grow. Well, the best way I found for me to grow is to surround myself with people that are way more successful than I am. Why? Because they've been there, done that. Now, I believe I bring, a new fresh perspective to things, because sometimes when you get set in your ways, that's why I love helping out small business as well. They show me things, they teach me, and I can teach them. It's a hand in hand thing. So always remember that, you can help out somebody that you may not think you can, and they can help you out. What do you bring to the table? If you're constantly pulling food from the table, if you're constantly going to potlucks and you're the one who's, is always taking, but you're never bringing anything to the potluck, you're going to get quit invited to the potluck, right? You got to bring something. And sometimes it's just those questions, those conversation starters. Maybe it's a new book that you read, a new podcast that you heard, a new piece of information. Technology is consistently changing around us at a fast pace. So maybe you're keeping up on those trends and you're able to help others with those, to explain it, and what you've done with it and how it can work for you. Now, I know a fraction of the information that's out there, and I still get intimidated. There's a lot of people that intimidate me in the industry because I just in awe of what they can do. But I do my best to present myself as me. Here's how I am. Here's who it is. Love me or hate me. I'm going to always do my best to help others out and be the best business owner we can. And that comes back from even talking with those people. I'm like, yeah, whatever I use, I'm going to turn around and help out other people with it. Now, if it's stuff that we're paying for, because this is, a pay to play environment, that's something that I think some people don't fully understand, because there are times, when not all the information is free, right? People have put in 10, 15, 20, 30 years in this industry, learning something, crafting something, being the best at it. If you just expect them to give the information to you without not bringing anything to the table, not paying to play, it's kind of ballsy, right? There's a point when you have to realize that you need to put in some legwork too, that the information is just not going to get handed to you. So I'm not going to take information that I'm paying for and just give it right up, or training that I've taken. I've spent thousands of dollars on trainings over the years, and some of that, if I can take pieces of that and help other people, yeah, or develop our content that we can use to sell, to build our own programs, absolutely. But there's things in it where, some of you just might have to, pay to play on it. There's going to be some changes in our business coming up because of partnerships that we're putting in there with it, so we can offer more printed things with people. And when that happens, there's going to be things that, in the group, we're just not going to let promote anymore. Why? Because it's things that we are able to do through our partnerships with other places. And we all know that, hey, you can go here to get this, or here to get that, to hear that. That's great. But here in this group, you're just going to go through me, right? Because these are the people that we recommend for X amount of product. These are the ones for this, and that's it. That's that's the list that it's going to be on, and that's the end all be all. If anybody else is in there, it's just kind of going to get pushed off. And I know that may seem harsh, but at the same time, we have supporters of our page that help, right? That they're constantly giving stuff out. They're doing their best to give people knowledge. And if you're not, if you're just trying to turn to somebody else that is providing no value to the group through any means, then that's not fair to the others, and it's not, especially not fair to the ones that are giving it up. So, soapbox rant over. We'll get off that one. Next week, what else do we have? We said Tuesday with Todd, we're going to talk trade shows. So we'll have the show Monday, Wednesday, Friday is a possibility. I think we can pull it off while we're driving. We'll see how well that plays out. And then, it should be a fun and exciting week. Like I said, there may be a storm code that pops up today, sometime later this afternoon. I just want to make sure everything is caught up on that. I really need to dig into, I need to get over there and get into Roland and find out if Dirk is back and going. If Dirk is not back and going, we're having some issues with the Cyan Blackhead, where it's not really doing what it needs to do. And so it's sitting now on a head soak. This doesn't clear it up. We just need to drop and buy a new head and get that on its way and do some maintenance next week. And then we'll be back to printing on that. So if that's the case, there may be decals where I have somebody that will help me with it. The only downfall is the way that they do their things is they go by a square foot, and it's a minimum of 4 square feet to do it. So it doesn't matter if you have 1 decal or 100 decals, whatever fits in that square foot is where it's at. So if you only did 1 through there, it's ridiculously priced. And that's why we just might have to pull it off the site for a couple days until we're back up and running. Future things coming. We got some changes coming. So it'll be fun to see how that plays. Next Friday there should be a new soft launch on a website. I guess I should. Yeah, I put that out there. There should be a new soft launch on a website, so it can kind of. There may be a name change here with some stuff. We'll see how that plays out. But the normal web addresses and everything will work. This is going to allow me to be able to do a blog more easily, help out with the SEO on things. The Ecwid side of things will still be there attached to it as the e-commerce solution to it, but more of a static thing, gallery, things like that. So that's stuff I need to get working on next week, which I'm halfway working on it. Got the logos done, but those are things I haven't told you guys about. Only one person or two people have seen it so far, Corey and Renee. They're the ones that have seen it. But I need to get new shirts made for that. I need to get new hats made. I need to get all kinds of stuff done. So it'll be a busy week for it. And we hope that we hope that we're able to make everything nice and solid and work for you guys. But here's how it goes. We're Friday. Be thankful that you made it here another day. You woke up, you're breathing, you're here, you're alive. Hey, right? Worst things can happen. Storms come and go. We weather those storms. We come out the other side stronger. This week proves that right there with it. And we just go from there. So you guys have an amazing day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys Monday. Yeah, because today's Friday. So yeah, that's right. Yeah. We will see you guys. We'll see you guys Monday. Thanks, guys.